The final stage of recovery, coming home, can be a trying experience for TBI patients and their families. Often the returning individual is very different from the one who left, mentally, physically, and emotionally.
Community reentry is the goal of all programs of rehabilitation for everyone. Because everyone wants to return home. They want to return to their job, to their school, or they want to return back to the military, they want to go back to active duty. So community reentry is a term that means we're going to get you back to functioning in the community.
Lingering problems from TBI can hinder that transition, leaving patients disconnected from family and community.
We created Virginia NeuroCare as what I called real-world therapy program, and it has grown. It went from being a program that was serving on an outpatient basis to residential programs, and then eventually it became part of the Defense and Veterans Brain Injury Center, where we are now serving active duty soldiers.
This bookstore in the heart of Charlottesville's retail district is where much of the therapy takes place.
One of the reasons we have a bookstore is think about the fact of how well a bookstore fits into developing memory strategies. So if I'm working in the bookstore and I have to put that book on a shelf, I have to know what that book is all about, I have to know what the title is, but also I have to engage with customers that come in. I have to get myself up to that task. The found self.
Doctors George Zitney and Don Nidifer are part of a team of therapists that design programs for individual patients, from exercises to improve memory and cognition to social skills and behavior modification. Group therapy is an important component in the process.
A lot of times it's very isolating to have a brain injury, and to be able to share between each other that, yes, hey, I went through that as well, makes them feel like they're not all that unusual or abnormal.
Like many soldiers being treated here, Private DeMarcus Wilson was injured while stationed in Iraq.
Really, I don't remember anything, but I've been briefed on what happened. Basically, one day I was on a mission, and I was the gunner on the Humvee, and a bomb blew up, and it just hit me in the face.
When he came here, he basically was also tired of being in the system. He wanted to either be back with his unit in Iraq, or he wanted to be sent home. I mean, the last thing he really wanted was to participate in a rehab program that I'm not sure he felt the need that he really needed.
DeMarcus feels ready to go back to work, but concedes that his family notices a difference in him.
My mom says I can't remember stuff. She says I've changed. My reasoning is different.
I think DeMarcus, again, functions pretty well, but you put him in certain situations, and the feedback that I'm getting is that he can, at times break down in terms of more complex tasks.
Unlike DeMarcus, Seaman David Goodwin has no visible scars to show for his head injury, but his symptoms are more profound.
I don't remember the car accident at all, or about the next 8 days after that.
Yes, David was injured in a rollover car accident in July of 2005. On the one side, he actually presents very, very well. I think that he shows some frustration with some of the things that are going on, and it's easy for him to be depressed.
David also struggles with short-term memory loss.
The main events that have happened in my life, I don't have too much of a problem with, but small events, I really don't remember all that well at all.
Both DeMarcus and David are at the end of their stay at Virginia NeuroCare and must think about what comes next. One of the most important steps to reintegrating into the community is being able to find and hold down a job. For active duty patients, placements at the Judge Advocate General or JAG school provide a chance to be in a work environment while staying connected with the military.
Get ready for tomorrow. All right, let's go.
Simple tasks like filing act as memory and organizational exercises and help them build confidence for future work situations. Back at the group house on Grove Street, others in the program work on physical therapy. Residents here get used to life outside a hospital setting and relearn how to get along in an extended family. Darlene Pike is the house manager and surrogate mom for the group.
I think the more we make it a family setting, the better it is, and I think it does help in their recovery. I've seen a lot of individuals leave Grove to go and live independently or go back to active duty, and it's a great feeling.
For the young men at Grove House, returning to their own families and communities is the ultimate goal.
I got married over Christmas time to the most wonderful girl in the world. It was great. Pretty much all I really want to do is get back with my wife and move to Ohio and go to school.
For DeMarcus, staying in the Army is the goal.
Best thing is to stay positive. Negativity never cures anything. I chose to join the Army, and I knew I'd be going to war. I don't blame anyone for getting hurt. Being hurt has taught me a couple of lessons and given me time to reflect on life and being in the military.